Hey guys, what's going on? This is Xterminator, and I'm gonna bring you another Starcraft 2 replay here, and it's between myself down here and MrTrixy up here in kind of the top left, Protoss vs Zerg, and we're just kind of chatting it out here. He's one of the nicer players I have played with. Most people aren't very nice, but this is like a 23-24 minute game, so I might speed parts of it up because parts are kind of slow, but I thought it was a pretty good game because it kind of just demonstrates the power of roaches in a TBZ and just how you can come back from a big attack if you have if you do things right. So he is going to go a forge fast expand here, as you can see. Goes down his pylon forge and sends his probe out to scout. I send my overlord down this way, and the reason I do that is because basically on like Tal'Darim Altar, it's probably this way with other maps too, but I know for sure on this one, no matter where you spawn, if you're Zerg, you always want to send your overlord to the expansion where you can see, or to the base, whichever base, so you can see if they've done an expansion. So you see here, when I send my overlord this way, it will get vision and see if he's expanded. Whereas if I did it this way, it probably wouldn't, because it'd just go this way and kind of in here, and then obviously that way. Well, that way would, but that's a long way. That'd be a very long journey for him. So I go 14 gas, 14 pool, and I grab my queen, 2 pairs of zerglings, and I'm just kind of starting to get this game going. I did get a drone in his base, which is good. I saw I had to pause there, and I did see he was doing the forge fast expand, and I almost lose my poor drone here to the cannon. And wow, this thing really does 20 damage. It's more than I thought. So 8 PM, nothing impressive. We're about even in harvesters, which is not ideally where I would want to be, but I think I do pull ahead here probably. And for this bit, I'm gonna speed it up here a bit, simply because I kill his probe. This part is kind of slow. I do send my drone out to grab my expansion, and I'm just kind of running around, ring around the pylon with my drone. Build a gas, killed it, and then build it again. And I meant to cancel it again and do some more scouting, but I let it finish. I was too distracted. I need to work on that a bit more. And I do throw down a roach warren because I've watched I watch constant Starcraft videos all the time, but I watched a lot of Destiny's streams and lessons he put on YouTube, and they really helped. He is a really good Zerg player, and he demonstrated that in one of his lessons is roaches. Mass roach can be good against basically anything Protoss gets, except for the void rays, obviously, since roaches can't attack air. Not so good against Colossus, but they can still be used, especially if you have like Burrow. And we see I'm just getting a +1 attack. I do have my overlord perched up here, which is cool because he has the high ground, so he can't see him, which is really awesome. And he's grabbing gateways, and I can see that. As you can see here, I can basically see most of what he's doing. And I do grab a spine crawler just in case. I have a couple roaches, and I did get my 3rd queen to start spreading that creep, which is very important. And I decided to go Aspire, which is probably not the most standard against Protoss until you see they get Colossus, and then of course you want Corruptors. But I have had a lot of luck with Mutas lately against Protoss, and you'll see in this game they actually do play a pretty big role. So you see I am getting Burrow and Roach Speed, of course. That is pretty essential. Breaking down these rocks so I can grab my third. And slow it down here for a minute. We see he's getting Blink, which I actually didn't notice him use at all in the battle, which is kind of interesting. Maybe he was in too much of a rush or panic or whatever, or I just was oblivious. That wouldn't surprise me. And you'll notice I'm actually getting the Carapace upgrade for Mutas. Something else Destiny said in one of his lessons is that Carapace is almost always better, or well, I don't really know because it wasn't a Zerg versus Zerg, but I would assume that it would definitely be good, and it does turn out pretty well. And he actually has a pretty sizable army here. He's getting +2 weapons. And I did morph this into an Overseer. I do notice Twilight Council, and while I was in game, that just like went right past me. I didn't even think about that. So he does have an upgrade advantage. I'm at 0. I'm at 1-0 for those. I am getting the upgrade for that. Where are my Roaches? Roaches are 1-1, so 2 behind him, or 1 behind him. But you'll see when he pushes out, I do a pretty good job of building up, and it just shows the power of the swarm and just getting the right unit composition, really. And I keep building these Mutas so I can have a good enough number to harass, because I mean you do want a pretty good ball. This is 3, 6, 9, like 11 or 12, yeah, 11 Mutas. If you try to harass like with 5 or 6, it could work, but they just don't do enough DPS really to really be worth it, honestly. So I kill that probe. I go to kill his expansion here, and his army comes, but for some reason he pulls it back. I don't really know why. He definitely could have killed those Mutas, I think, between the sentries and stalkers, especially with +2 weapon and 1 armor. So I do kill a good amount of probes here. No, that's not what I wanted. So I have killed 10 probes, which is pretty good considering he hasn't killed a single drone yet. And I'm still spreading that creep, making some overlords, because I am supply blocked. And let's take a look here. So you notice now at this point, I have 14 more harvesters than him, which is where you want to be as a Zerg. Not like that exact number, but you definitely do want to be ahead of your Terran or Protoss enemy. And you'll see here, I see he's moving out with some forces, and I just kind of want to use. Okay, so you see I'm making 9 Roaches. I grab +2 weapon and armor fairly soon, but you'll see I'm grabbing more, and I have rallied all my hatcheries to this point, and I'll go ahead and put this on my player cam, even though
mineral field depleted.
I don't know how to make it like follow me. Alright, so you'll see his army is right outside my door, and this is where the Mutas play a pretty big role, actually. What I do is I actually focus down the Immortals with the Mutas, because Immortals just destroy roaches, because they do 60 damage against armor, which roaches are, when they have +2. But you'll see I'm just making more and more roaches, and I'm maxed out. So you would think this is a pretty strong Protoss ball, even though he's not maxed out. It still looks fairly strong. But, and I mean, honestly, if you look, that's not that many less units than what I have. But you'll see, it's just like, I was really surprised in game at how well this went. So I go ahead and hotkey these units as well as my mutas. I fly my mutas in first and start attacking the Immortals, which is a key thing here. And you'll see that the Carapace does help, they don't die as fast. And he does get some good, these are some good force fields, like, no doubt. But you'll see, this is the power of Macro Zerg. I'm on 3 base, I have tons of banked resources, I have them all hotkey, tons of larvae, and I'm making 25 roaches, 26 roaches, just like that. And I just stream them down here. You'll see I have the rally point set, well, to here, but I think I'm moving down here. And I don't even need that, like, I destroy everything anyway. And actually he did use some blink micro, I just didn't notice that. But, yeah, I am really surprised how well that works. So, you know, if you're a Zerg player and you are having some problems with Protoss, I definitely was. I was having problems with Protoss before I watched those lessons and live streams and stuff. But now I can basically beat pretty much any Protoss, unless they do well, that I play, not any Protoss, but any Protoss I play against in my leagues, I can usually beat, unless they go like some type of crazy cheese or mass air. And basically just with, I either go mass or mass Ling Muta, which does work pretty well in my experience, or I've started going just mass Roach, and it just like destroys. So you'll see I now have +2 weapons, they do 20 damage, and I'm about to get 2 armor, which will give these bad boys 3 armor. And that means, well, they do Stalkers do 14, but I mean that's still 6 less than Roaches. And weapon speed 1. So Stalkers do attack faster, but I just have such a huge army mass here. You'll see I'm making more Lings, more Roaches, and I have the rally point set to right here. So something else to notice is I'm continually setting my rally point to where I'm attacking. I don't just leave them here and then have to scroll all the way back and grab them. I continually set my rally point to where I want to attack. Some new, these force fields are definitely good as well, but I did have vision on the high ground somehow, and I did unpower those. So make sure to always power your pylons or your cannons with more than one pylon, or at least from the back here. He does have Void Rays, so you'll see I had mutas on the way anyway, but I start making more mutas and I just rally them over here. You'll see that my rally point is now set right here where I'm attacking. And I mean, even if I didn't get any more mutas, I had enough roaches to just ignore these. It'd be like a little sting to these roaches. There's no way you could kill them off fast enough. And you see my mutas come over and just start shooting away these Void Rays, and that's about game. So, you know, nothing like super crazy or exciting, but I did want, yeah, so he is really nice. It's nice to come across well-mannered players, but anyway, I just wanted to show you this replay because I think it demonstrates well, you know, if you macro correctly and get the right unit composition, Roaches are definitely a viable strategy against Protoss for any Zergs out there. And I guess for any Protosses out there, beware of this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And if you would like me to cast any of your replays, send me a PM and I will tell you where you can actually send the replays. I still need to get an actual email set up for that, but feel free to send me any and I would be glad to cast them. So thanks so much, and I will see you guys next time.